Cluck Cluck. So today I thought it would be fun if we discussed some of my favorite chicken characters in movies. So, of course, a lot of these are going to be cartoon movies, maybe kid movies, because, well, there's just not much call for chickens in non-cartoon movies. So, I hope y'all enjoy. Cluck Cluck Chicken Lady here. Time to do Chicken Lady's favorite chicken characters. We're going to go 10 to 1 like we did last time. Okay, so number 10 on my list is Miss Audrey from the movie Home on the Range. So, Audrey is a red hen, but she's also a very kind hen. She tends to get along with all of her farmyard, with all the other farmyard animals. She is shown to be a very nervous hen. When any kind of negative situation comes about, it worries her to panic hysterically, but she also has a very feisty side and cares deeply for her chicks. In the film's climax, Audrey helps the 3 cows who have returned from their journey battle a disguised Alameda Slim after that he attempts to kill the bovines by getting all the hens to peck him. Audrey and the farm animals succeed in defeating Slim, who is then arrested by Sheriff Sam Brown. Now, it's been a while since I have seen the movie Home on the Range, but I do remember it being very hysterical. I mean, it is a Disney movie, and I believe it was made in 2004. Let me check. Yes, 2004. So if you haven't seen that movie, you might want to give it a try. It's a fun kids movie. Alright, so number 9 are the chickens from the Muppets. Now, I actually debated on having these farther up on the list because I do love the Muppets, but they are kind of a minor character, so I was trying to rank them accordingly. Chickens have been a part of the Muppet world since 1972. They were used in the first and second season of The Muppet Show. During the third season, one of the chickens got their name, Camilla, who also became Gonzo's girlfriend. As you know, Gonzo seems to be rather obsessed with chickens. He often incorporates them in his stunts and stuff. They usually make an appearance in all of the Muppet movies, whether it be a small appearance or a big appearance. They're in choirs sometimes. They do tend to communicate by squawking like chickens. So, yes, the Muppets chickens are definitely some of my favorite. They usually get me to chuckle a little bit. So, number 8, we have the hens from the movie Barnyard. Now, my husband is a big fan of the movie Barnyard. I have seen that recently. So, one of the main hens is actually voiced by Andy McDowell, which is cool. So, the hens are kind of minor character, but they play a pivotal role because they live in the hen house, of course. But they were captured by Dag, but were saved by Otis near the end of the film. So, they even though it's a small role for them, they do play a pivotal part in the movie. Alright, so now we're at number 7. A lot of y'all are going to be very upset that this is my number 7, but, you know, when you see some of my higher ones, you're going to see why. I'm more of a fan of some more of the retro chickens, I guess you would call it. So, number 7 is Hey Hey from Mona. So, he is one dumb rooster. Some would call him the village idiot. When the clueless chicken accidentally stows away in Mona's canoe, he lands a front row seat in her epic journey. Now, Hey Hey is voiced by Alan Tudyk, who I happen to think is a great voice actor. I've seen him in, I think he's just a great actor in general. So, I'll be honest with you, the only reason Hey Hey made it on my list is for Alan Tudyk. Alright, so what are we at now? I think, are we at number 6? Yes. So, Chicken Joe from Surf's Up. First off, Surf's Up is one of my favorite kids' movies. I am a Jeff Bridges fan, so that's why. So, Chicken Joe. He befriends Cody whilst traveling via whale to Pingu Island to take part in the 10th annual Big Z Memorial Surf-Off. So, when they compete in the surf-off, Tank, who is Tank the Shredder Evans, who has won the contest 9 times in a row, tries to knock Joe off his board, but is stopped by Cody, which results in the 2 penguins being disqualified from the surf-off, making Joe the winner. So Chicken Joe does win the surf-off. Chicken Joe is voiced by John Heder, who you may know from Napoleon Dynamite, and he is sort of a stoner character. So, but he is quite funny. I consider him the comic relief of this film. Alright, so number 5 is Alan Adele from Disney's animated Robin Hood movie. I happen to love Disney's animated Robin Hood movie. It's one that I watched with my boys. I watched it growing up, but I made sure I incorporated it with my boys, and they loved it too. So, the Robin Hood animated film was made in 1973. He is considered a major character. His name is only shared once, and it's at the moment when he introduces himself. When he's only credited as the Rooster. He is based on the minstrel of the same name from various Robin Hood legends. And he's depicted as a rooster in this. He only states his name at the beginning, like I said. And he's using songs to tell his story, and he's always seen with a lute. And his songs definitely get in my head every time I watch it. So, number 4, same movie, animated Robin Hood, Disney. This is Lady Cluck. Okay, she is hilarious. I love her in this movie. She is the lady-in-waiting of Maid Marian. And in contrast to the lady like Marian, Lady Cluck is very energetic and feisty. But she's also very loyal to Marian and advises her on her love for Robin Hood. She speaks with a very distinct Scottish accent. My favorite part in the movie is when there's like a football scene where she goes driving through the crowd of soldiers, of Prince John's soldiers. It's hilarious. But yeah, everybody needs a Lady Cluck. I wish I had a Lady Cluck. Okay, so number 3. Of course, we have to add Chicken Little in this, right? So, in this movie, Zach Braff voices Chicken Little. He throws the town in a small panic by claiming the sky is falling. Unable to find the piece of sky that hit him, he earns the town's scorn. A year later, outcast Little tries to redeem himself by joining the baseball team, helping to win a crucial game. Later that night, he is hit on the head again and discovers the falling sky is actually from a UFO. Now, Little must convince the skeptical town that an alien invasion is about to happen. So I think probably most of y'all know this movie. There's several Chicken Little movies. This one just happens to be the more popular one. So that's why I added it to my list. It's 2005. So the next one, this is number 2. We're getting to my 2 favorites, and these are ones from my childhood. So, number 2 is Rockadoodle. It's a 1991 animated film. So, Glenn Campbell, who is, I think we know him, being a country star. He plays a barnyard rooster who has convinced the other animal that his crowing makes the sun rise. When one day he forgets to crow, the sun comes up anyway, and his secret is out. He heads for the big city in shame, but as massive storms and dark clouds stop the sun from appearing, the farm animals get worried, so a mouse named Peepers, played by Sandy Duncan, and a kitten called Edmund lead the gang on a trip to find him in the city. So, this was one of those movies that I was honestly just sort of starting to get a little too old for cartoon movies, but the comedy definitely drew me right back in. Now, since I haven't named it yet, I'm guessing that y'all are going to be able to guess my favorite chicken movie. All right, right on cue. Number one, my neurotic kitty starts me on. So, number one is Chicken Run. DreamWorks is. I love this movie. So it was a 2000 movie. I was definitely too old for for kid movies at that point, but this movie just I love it. So it was actually released around my birthday. I think I may have went and seen it in theaters. But so it's the award-winning DreamWorks animation from the Aardman team, telling the story of a band of barnyard chickens doomed to a life of egg-laying on a Yorkshire chicken farm. When a flamboyant American rooster arrives on the scene, the hens hopes he can teach them to fly to freedom. However, when a chicken pie making machine is installed, their need becomes more urgent and they must devise other means of escape. So it's hilarious. Mel Gibson is probably the most famous person in the movie. He does play Rocky the Rooster. Now, I often joke that sometimes my chickens gang up on me and it's like a scene from Chicken Run. And it's true. I actually, just because I'm doing this, I'm probably going to go watch it again. This is a great movie if you have not seen it. It's I forget what they call it, like stop action claymation or something, but definitely check it out. Tell me what you think. If I missed some, tell me down below. Uh, Maybe one of y'all have a movie that I've not seen with chickens in it and want to suggest, or maybe y'all think that some of these other ones should have been farther up on the list. Let me know down in the comments, and just want to give y'all another cluck cluck.